Good afternoon. Thank you for joining me for a new Method Wellness nutrition class for today. It's Friday. It's a beautiful day. Get out and enjoy this weather while we can. Today we're going to do grilled peaches, and I selected this because right now peaches are still in great abundance. You can pick them up at your grocery store, in your farmer's market, wherever you choose to buy them. For this particular recipe, you will need about 4 peaches. And you're going to slice them in half. So if I were you, depending on which way you want to cook your peaches, we can do them on a grill pan here, or we can be quick and easy and do them into your air fryer. Totally depends on what you want. If you do choose to use peaches on the grill pan, do make sure your peaches are a little bit more softer, and they'll be easier to cook thoroughly through, and won't be as hard when you go to eat them if you do decide to use the grill pan, which we have demonstrated, and will show both variations of how the peach will look. As we know, when you cook a peach or any fruit, the caramelization of the natural sweetness of that particular fruit will come out, and you'll see that, and sometimes you will not have to add any additional sweeteners to your fruit for any topping. But we're going to use today very simple coconut oil, which we melted here. I do have a combination of brown sugar and cinnamon I mixed together. You can use a whisk or just switch it around. And I have granola for our topping. When it comes to adding to your topping, you can level it up a little bit. I decided on, depending if you're having this for breakfast, you may want to use a Greek yogurt. Vanilla complements a lot of things nicely. Or if you want to use it as dessert, a frozen yogurt, gelato, or any type of vanilla-based ice cream you could use. And finally, when we're all done, we're going to top it off with some beautiful Garnish fresh mint for that. So I'm going to get right ahead and show you here what we did. We decided that for cooking time and purposes of our video, we're going to just use the air fryer today. And all we're going to do is we're going to start our air fryer. You're going to select air crisp, and you want to have your temperature brought down to 350. Once that heats up and it warms, we're going to add our sliced peaches. Again, you're going to take your peach, slice it in half, remove that pit, and we're just going to have 2 halves as you see like this. The next thing we're going to do is use our melted coconut oil. If you are using, this will be for your air fryer. If you're going to use your grill pan, I suggest coat with butter as you cook this. And the only difference we're going to do, if we were using our grill pan, we would coat this and you make grill marks on the bottom, and then flip it after 5 minutes and do the skin side. Using the air fryer, the difference is going to be, we're going to coat this and we're going to sit it just like this on top, because that heat will get the top and the bottom evenly. So while that's heating up to 350, I'm just going to go right ahead and give my half of the peach a generous amount of coconut oil. And if any runs over on the sides, that's completely okay. We're going to coat both sides. With the oil. And then while that's heating up, hopefully that will be able to demonstrate the ones we did earlier. We did end up using the pan versus the air fryer. We haven't tested it yet to see which one we prefer, but the air fryer will be a little bit more softer and easier to eat opposed to the grill pan, because the grill pan, you are going to have to allow that to really cook thoroughly over 5 minutes on each side. I'm probably thinking maybe 10 it might need, depending on how firm, or if you selected a more softer peach to use. So let's just wait for our air fryer to reach temperature, and then at that point it's a quick 3 minutes, and you let your peaches rest, and then we're going to go ahead and dress them for your breakfast or perhaps your dessert, depending on what you want. But relatively, it'll be quick and easy. You can prepare this probably less than 5 minutes. You do need to, once you have it fully prepared, you are going to want to serve it and eat it, just because you're dealing with either the yogurt frozen or not frozen on top, and you don't want that to really get too soft while you're doing that. I'm just going to move my peaches over here. We're not going to use the grill pan, and get them ready. right, so we're gonna add our peaches right inside, skin side, and we're gonna let that go for 3 minutes. So while that's cooking, I'm just gonna swap out this. And you do want to go with a good sized peach. I prefer to buy larger ones yesterday. That way it's a nice complete half. This dessert, breakfast, whichever you choose, is only 142 calories per serving. That's with all the toppings of this recipe. If you choose to swap out your toppings and add other things, you are going to make the calories go up per serving. So just be mindful of that when you are doing it. The fun thing about the air fryer, I have other things to do. I'm really short on time. I don't mind using my air fryer, especially during the week if I'm rushing around or after work or before work. It just depends on what we're cooking with. I do like the convenience of it, but again, it gets very hot. It's not safe to have your children using it, perhaps taking anything in or out of it, especially after it is cooking. And if you did want to use the grill pan, as I explained earlier, I would probably coat it with butter, your pan, and put your peaches in there, and you're going to be face down for 5 minutes. Rotate them, and then flip them over. And I would use a cover just so there's some additional steaming in there to help concentrate your peach and make it a little bit softer to eat when you do have it. So we're counting down. We have another minute left, and we're going to be all set to enjoy these peaches, and we'll show you how the toppings are done. One more minute left, and then we're going to take these out. Let them sit for a few seconds. We're not going to go right in and grab them because they are going to be very hot, like I explained earlier, and we don't want to burn ourselves. But I will do one with the Greek yogurt, and then I'll do one with frozen yogurt, so you can just see how that is going to be. And you can pick any type of frozen yogurt you wish. I went ahead with this one here, simply because I'm not an ice cream person and I'd rather eat yogurt or preferably gelato. But you can pick up any of these either brands that you prefer. This one has 2% and has 13 protein, and this one here has about 170 calories per serving. So you may want to watch out which one you're going to do depending on what your dietary restrictions may or may not be. All right, drum roll, we're down to 3 seconds and these are all ready. Okay, so again, we're going to take a peek. This is how your peach will look when you air fry it. Again, I just like to close it, let that last bit of cooking take place, and then a few more seconds, and then we can take them right out and we'll top them with the toppings. Okay, so I'm going to use my tongs and remove them. And if you want to cook them a little bit longer, that's completely up to you. You want to go 10 minutes for a little bit more of a browner look. The ones we made earlier, we did cook them, and they were a little bit more softer and riper, so they won't be as these two look here. These look more lighter because they were a bit more firm. So once you have them out of your air fryer or your grill pan, you're going to take your cinnamon sugar mix here, and it was light brown sugar I used, and just sprinkle it on the top. And it's going to get nice and melted, especially in the center where that seed was. It's going to be yummy in there. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to do one with the Greek yogurt, just so you can see how it is. And I have my small scoop, so I can kind of just get right inside the core. And that's how the regular Greek yogurt looks. Let me just rinse my And this is my frozen yogurt, which it is going to be a little softer because I've had it sitting out, how this will look. So we'll do one of each. And that's how this will be more for your dessert and this will be more for breakfast. Finally, sprinkling on top any granola you want. You can always make your own granola. If you don't want to buy it in the store, you can make it. You're going to top it just like so. And then finally, the garnish, you're going to use some fresh mint leaves. And we're going to garnish this right here. And this is a beautiful grilled peach, perfect for ending the summer, wrapping things up, getting back on schedule with school and work if need be. Demonstrated here, we did the air fryer version of a grilled peach, and we also did the other version, which I want to show you. I tried to keep it in the freezer, but it got a little melted. Are beautiful. You can kind of see the grill marks on the side, but they were right there. The caramelization was there. This is the ones we used in the pan. Again, 2 different variations of grilled peaches. They're both absolutely delicious. I hope you'll try this one out. Have a wonderful weekend and take care.